If this was a Yellow Button live stream, how would you start it?
How would I start it? I think I would just always ask everyone how they're doing. Thanks for coming to stream.
Nice, nice.
Is there like a name for your fandom or your followers?
There actually is. I call them button buddies.
Well, Kelsey, the Yellow Button, welcome to Milwaukee based.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming in. So for our listeners, I want to begin by just getting some background. So how did you kind of get your start as a playlist curator, music recommender, Twitch streamer, etc.?
I feel like it was a lot of luck that happened. I was just posting random YouTube videos in like 2016 for fun, and I had a little community on Tumblr back in the day, and we would always just like share music and stuff like that on YouTube and Tumblr. And then when the pandemic hit, I was like, why don't I kind of bring that aspect over to TikTok, because everyone was on TikTok and just bored. So I just started posting random music stuff about pop punk and Midwest emo back in the day, and all of a sudden it just blew up out of nowhere. I had like 50,000 followers within a few days, which was kind of crazy.
Okay.
And then from there, it just kind of spiraled into where I am now, just like doing Sirius XM and been on Audio Tree. I stream on Twitch now. Just like it's all over the board, and it's so much fun.
All right. So you've had like your online persona for about 10 years now.
That's really scary, but yeah, holy cow.
How did the Sirius XM thing come about? That's really
Yeah,
exciting.
that was also another super random thing. I think it happened because I was posting so much of doing like college radio online. And since I had the Yellow Button platform and just sharing that I also did that, kind of gave me that gateway into doing something bigger than college radio. And one day I just had someone from SiriusXM reach out and they're like, hey, we like what you do. Would you like to host a weekly show? And I was like, SiriusXM? I was like, okay, I would love to.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it the past, I think this month marks a whole year of me doing SiriusXM, and I'm going to be doing it a whole nother year coming forward. So
Great.
Awesome.
I feel like there's a lot of like college radio kids out there who are like, oh my God, what Kelsey does is just like my dream to like make playlists, recommend music. For any college radio kids out there, what would you tell them for like how to do what you do?
yeah. I would just say to truly put yourself out there, because I don't think if I would have started posting on TikTok, I would be where I am now. Like, it really changed my life, and I never thought I would be on the radio, let alone just like having an online presence. It's definitely, it's a little bit scary at times, but it's just really cool to see how far everything's come in the last 10 years. I didn't realize it's been 10 years, and that's kind of scary.
Yeah. You have almost 500,000 followers across all platforms, and you get like millions of views on like each of your platforms. So how does it feel to have built this like really tight-knit online community around like the Yellow Button?
I think it's just been a really bittersweet feeling just having so many people trust my music taste. Just because I feel like everyone's music taste is so personal, and just the fact that there's people who come to the Yellow Button to find music, I'm super honored, and I never thought it would happen. It's just a really nice feeling.
What were your guiding principles or your methods to separate the online from the in-person?
That is a good question. I had a really hard time doing that at the beginning just because when TikTok kind of started in 2020, everyone was posting like 3-4 times a day, and it was just a lot of that, and my whole life kind of became all that stuff, and it got a little overwhelming. So I just decided to take a step back and be like, okay, do I want to do this as a job or for fun? And I just kind of decided I really wanted it to be a hobby, and then if anything comes from it, that's cool. So a lot of it is just, I would say 98% of what I do on the Yellow Button is truly a hobby. And I just think having that mindset has really helped me not have it feel so overwhelming, and just being able to live my life, but also enjoy talking about music online and sharing my music taste, and also just having a fun music community too.
Yeah.
What do you think about like the value of music, like curation, music recommendation by like an actual human being, as opposed to just kind of taking what the algorithm gives you?
Yeah, I think it's so extremely important, and I'm such a AI hater, and just AI generating your music taste for you or giving you music recommendations, because I feel like what I was just saying, music is such a personal thing to everyone. Like, everyone's music taste is so personal, and just having that human touch to that kind of side of things in your life, I feel like is really important, just because music is like one of the biggest things in my life, and I don't want some kind of robot technology giving me music recommendations when they don't even know who I am, or like, I don't know, it's a strange thought to have, especially the last like 2 years with AI becoming a thing in the music realm. So I just think it's really important to have that source of a real human being able to give you music recommendations.
What is your preferred way to listen to music? I know you talk about like streaming and online platforms, but do you prefer physical media over online platforms?
Yeah, I definitely like both. I have a humongous vinyl collection. I think I have like 150 or more in my collection, and it's just kind of fun to put one on my record player and just listen to it while I'm just sitting on my couch or just hanging out with some friends or anything like that. But also, just being able to have music on our phones is just such a nice feeling sometimes. Because, like, I remember back in the day, I had a little Zune. If you do
Oh,
remember
sure,
what a
sure.
Zune is, but I had a
I have
Zune.
no idea what a Zune is.
Really?
No.
It was like a iPod Touch,
Mhm.
I think, but just I think Microsoft made it. I think. But I had a Zune, and it only had a select number of songs that I could have on it, and just now having the freedom to listen to literally anything I want is really nice. But then also having physical media I think is important and fun too. So
Mhm.
I like a little bit of both.
What was the first record that you ever purchased?
I think it was a City and Color record.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sure.
Oh, I don't remember which one it was. It had a white album cover, but I remember it was City in Color, and it was. I made a YouTube video about it because it was my first one ever.
Cool.
Love that.
Yeah.
And so, apart from physical media, do you also like going to in person concerts?
I do. I will say the older I've gotten, the less shows I've gone to. Back, honestly, probably 10 years ago, I used to go to so many pop punk and emo shows. Like, I would literally be at probably 2 shows a week.
Oh
I don't
my.
know how I did it. I think it was just being young and having so much free time in my life and just being
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll drive an hour and a half to Chicago to go see this show. Why not? But definitely now, I'll probably go to like 2 to 3 shows a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's been like, just because I'm also getting older and standing at shows is getting really hard.
That's fair.
What was your most memorable concert?
Oh, that's such a tough question. My most memorable. I think just like back in the day when I used to see this one band I loved, Hot Mulligan.
Okay.
Have you heard of Hot Mulligan?
Yeah.
I was such a big fan, and there wasn't a specific show in general, but I think just any of their concerts and just being, I don't know, just being in a crowd with people who were such big fans of the artist and just like truly getting into the music, and everyone's just like swaying back and forth with each other and singing right at the singer, and there was like maybe 100 people at these shows, and it was just such a cool experience. But I think one of my other ones was probably a Real Friends and Knuckle Puck show at a bowling alley
Okay.
in,
Okay.
I think in Tinley Park,
Okay.
somewhere in Chicago, and the ceilings were so incredibly low, and
Oh,
people
yeah.
were just like throwing each other and
Stage
diving, and I think I was like 17 or 18 at that time, so just experiencing something like that was so crazy and new to me. I'm just like, what is going on? This is so much fun, and I don't think I've experienced a feeling like that since then, but it was just so cool to be there and get to see a show at a bowling alley.
Mhm. And how do you go about finding new music today?
Yeah. I like a lot of deep dives. I like just going on random either YouTube rabbit holes or just going on like a music platform and going through different artists, listening to songs and stuff like that. But also my Twitch stream has become like a huge part of me branching out my music taste as well. Because we do these things called song sharing streams where I just have everyone in my chat kind of recommend songs they've been listening to. And it's like truly been one of the easiest ways to discover new music because everyone in there has such different music tastes and just people recommending like pop or R&B or hyperpop or just like anything, like truly anything, and we'll listen to it. So my Twitch stream has been a huge part in the last few years.
Who are some artists that you're like enjoying these days?
I'm in two very different mindsets right now. One of them, there's an artist, I don't think I can say their name, but their name is FCUKERS.
Okay.
They're kind of like house, poppy, dancey music, and it's just
Fun.
like great vibe. Like kind
Yeah.
of think little bits and pieces of Charlie XCX,
Sure.
just tiny little poppy pieces. So either that artist or there's this other one called One Tablespoon,
Okay.
who's kind of in the same like housey, fun, bubbly realm, and that's kind of been fun to discover for me for the last 2 years. Just something I didn't think I'd ever listen to,
Sure.
which I think is really fun. But either that or just like slowcore. Like I was saying, Shallow Water has been a really big band for me, or Teeth, Joyer, Villager, just like some little slowcore indie rock bands.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I know, like, I believe, like, Horse Jumper of Love made it on one of your,
Yep,
like,
that's a
lists
big
in, like,
one.
2024.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great. They're doing amazing
Mhm.
slowcore music today.
Love them.
Yeah, and so any top 5, like, any albums from this year that are gonna make your top 5 for the end of the year?
Yes, I have many.
Yeah.
I'll say one because I
Uh-huh.
like to make a little video about them. But one for sure is Wednesday's newest album.
Okay.
If any of you have heard of Wednesday's
Oh, yeah.
newest
Oh,
album,
yeah.
it's pretty good. But yeah, I really like that one.
Right, so that was like a little sneak peek
A
for
little sneak
all of
peek,
us here at
yeah.
NPR.
I've talked about it so much, I feel like it's almost like a given. But
Yeah,
yeah, little
yeah.
sneak peek.
Okay. Well, the year is winding down. You're making your final edits to your top 5. Like, that's I don't know. That's a big deal. Yeah. Any favorite like Milwaukee or Wisconsin bands?
I know. So Slow Pulp, if you know Slow
Oh,
Pulp, they
yeah.
were, I guess, from Madison, but
Yeah.
now we're in Chicago. But Slow Pulp was really good. Otherwise, I really like Ladybird.
Oh,
You've
sure.
heard of Ladybird?
Yeah.
They're a
Yeah.
good classic Milwaukee band.
Yeah. They're killing it.
Well, talking about the music scene, how would you describe the Milwaukee music scene, specifically like live music? Is it still as good as it was when you first started? How has it changed over the years?
I would say it's changed over the years for me just because I haven't been going to as many shows. I think there was a point, even like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I was going to a bunch of emo shows that were always at Cactus Club or X-Ray Arcade, but I just haven't been going to many local shows, so I can't say too much on the scene. But I would say definitely within the past like 3-4 years, there has been like a lot of emo. I feel like even with Madison, some Madison bands coming to Milwaukee and just kind of making their little emo scene there. But yeah, I can't off the top of my head. The biggest two that I really love from Milwaukee are Snag and Ladybird are my favorite two. And Snag is like, at least from what I've seen, they're a very well-known Scrams band in the Scrams
Yeah,
realm, which I think
yeah.
is really cool for a Milwaukee band. And I kind of like it.
I think they have some like shared members with
They do,
Ladybird,
yeah.
actually, right?
Mhm.
Right? Yeah. I think, and I there was there's like a history of Scrams music in Milwaukee. I think there was like a infamous like house show venue called like the Scrams Dunk Fest.
Okay.
something like
Yeah.
basketball Scrams themed. I
Okay.
don't know. But I don't think it exists anymore. But Snag is keeping that alive.
Yeah, speaking of venues, like how do you think the venues have changed? Have they been like more open to newer folks, or how has like the scene changed?
I feel like we need a new, bigger Milwaukee venue for sure because we have the rave.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. And I feel
Yeah.
like there's no bands who come to Milwaukee anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed ever since when I first started going to shows like 10 or 11 years ago, everyone was always coming to Milwaukee. And now I'm lucky if someone comes to maybe Turner Hall if the band is big enough, but most of the time they're not. And they either go to Madison, Minneapolis, or Chicago. So I feel like we're really getting skipped on a lot of tours within the past like 2 years.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
Yeah,
Seeing that.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that because like there's this growing concern about the lack of like venues or like third spaces in general. How do you think Milwaukee has been impacted by it?
I would just say, I don't know why it's happened, to be honest, but we just really don't have any third spaces, I feel like. Like, we have restaurants and bars that people can go and hang out at, but even just with concert venues as well, like, we don't have a place that people want to come to. And I don't know really what's changed over the past few years. I can't think of what has happened, but I have noticed that everyone always used to come to Milwaukee, and now everyone skips it. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
I guess it's like touring is like so expensive. I wonder if that's
Yeah.
part of it. That it's just like Milwaukee is like of a size that it's like first on the chopping block to like
Yeah.
what date do we remove from our tour.
Mhm.
It's sad. It's sad though. Bands out there, come to Milwaukee, please, please.
I'm also wondering if it's like folks just don't know that there's like a growing audience here. People
Yeah.
want you guys to
Yeah.
come. There's like something wrong with the promotional stuff.
Maybe, yeah.
What I'd love to do next is actually kind of a little music bracket, maybe kind of a this or that sort of thing.
The yellow button
Um,
special.
Yes, yes. To start it off, we've got My Bloody Valentine or Slow Dive.
Slow dive.
Slow Dive or Cocteau Twins.
Slow dive.
All right. Slow Dive or Kate Bush.
Slow dive.
All right. Slow Dive or the Sundays.
I probably have to go with Slow Dive because I listen to more of their music.
Okay,
than the Sundays,
okay.
but they're really good.
Yeah. Slow Dive or the Cranberries.
Oh, that's tough. I like the Cranberries a little bit more.
Okay, okay. The Cranberries or American football.
If you asked 18-year-old Kelsey, I would say American football. But I'm going to answer as 28-year-old Kelsey and say the Cranberries.
Okay, okay. Cranberries or Elliott Smith.
Elliott Smith.
Elliott Smith or Phoebe Bridgers.
Elliott Smith.
Elliott
I'm not a big Phoebe Bridgers fan.
Yeah. Oh, really?
No,
Really?
I'm not.
Why? Why?
I think she's a little overrated.
Okay,
A little
okay.
bit. She definitely paved the way for a lot of people, though.
Sure.
I feel like a lot of
sure.
people wanted to go in that like sad, acoustic, melancholy type vibe, and a lot of people kind of followed in her footsteps. But I've just never really been into that side of things too much.
You heard
That's
it here first. Yeah.
A little scary.
Okay. Elliott Smith or Alex G.
Oh my god, that's the craziest question anyone's ever asked. Alex G, it has to
Okay.
be.
Okay. All right. Alex G or Charlie XCX.
Oh my god, that is crazy. I feel like it'd be wrong if I didn't say Alex G.
All right. All right.
Oh man.
Alex G or Chapel Roan.
Alex G.
Alex G or McGee.
Alex G. I'm a big McGee hater.
Really? Okay.
You guys are outing me. This is not okay.
Okay. Okay. What is it with McGee?
I don't know. He just sounds like John Mayer and Bon Iver had a baby, and it's just like the
Yeah.
weirdest combination for me. I think I have to listen to him more, but he hasn't hit for me yet.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. Alex G or MJ Lenderman.
That is so difficult. I don't even know. That is so hard. Is this the last one?
I've got just like two more.
Oh no.
It might get more difficult even. from
There's
here.
no way. These are like my two favorite of all time. That's so hard. I'm gonna have to say Alex G.
Okay. Okay. Alex G or Wednesday.
Alex G.
Okay. Final one. Final matchup. Final matchup. Here we go. Here we go. Alex G or Geese.
Alex G.
Okay. Alex G wins. Alex G wins. The king.
Crazy.
The king.
We've been talking about the music stuff, but you're also a freelance photographer for bands and weddings, etc. So how did that start?
Yeah. I think it was also something I started to explore during the pandemic as well, just because I used to be a bartender and then the COVID happened and I got laid off and I was just like, what can I do in my free time? And one of the things was college radio and then also photography. And I started doing photography with bands and editorial photos and portraits and stuff like that. So I got to explore those two realms. But then I think after a while, I realized it wasn't for me and just wasn't something that I was super passionate about. And then I got to shoot a wedding with a friend once. And I was like, I think I really like doing this. And I'm just such a sappy person. And I really love love. And just getting to explore the wedding realm was really cool. So I've been doing weddings full time for 3 years now. This upcoming year will be my 4th year of doing weddings, and it's truly a dream. Just getting to do both the yellow button and wedding photography, I feel like is super, super cool.
Yeah. Do you ever like give the couple recommendations, music recommendations on
Yeah.
the job?
Sometimes the couples, they either know I do the yellow button stuff or they have no idea. So it's always fun getting to explore if they have no idea who I am, being like, hey, I also do this if you guys also like music. And then they're like, oh my god, we love this music and this, la la la.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's like a nice bonding thing to have with my couples too. It's just
Mm-hmm.
music.
Yeah.
All right.
Any funny like wedding stories?
Wedding stories. I had something happen once where I was shooting with a couple for they like had a little mini elopement in Chicago, and we
Okay.
were just walking around the street, and they didn't know that I did the yellow button stuff. And then there was someone who came up to us on the street and was like, "Oh my god, are you the yellow button?" And my couple was like, "What is happening right now?" And they were like saying something, and then my couple was like, "Kelsey, what is going on right now? What do you mean the yellow button?" And I was like, there's too many things happening right now. I'm like, it's so nice to meet you. But then we also had to keep taking photos, so I had to explain to them like, oh, I also do this stuff. And it's kind of fun because I feel like I live two different lives sometimes.
Mhm.
But then also, it's just nice having two different outlets as well instead of
Mm.
only focusing my whole, I guess, career on one thing or the other. It's just, I get to do both.
Mm.
Yeah,
But-
you're the Hannah Montana of this
I
work.
kind of am Hannah Montana.
Yeah, well, how do you like that work? Like compared to your music recommendation / radio personality, do you prefer like your photographer personality over this? Like how do you balance both of those?
Yeah. I think I like both. I think having like the music side of everything, it gives me space to be a little bit more outgoing and just being able to talk more about my music taste and just having opinions on music and stuff like that. And then weddings, it's just kind of a whole different atmosphere, I would say. Like, it's one of people's biggest days of their lives, and you just really have to be there for them. And I really like being that extra friend someone can have on their wedding day and kind of building that relationship. So I feel like it's a lot more deeper with weddings than it is with doing like the music stuff online. So
Yeah, awesome. Well, keeping the in-person theme, do you think you'd ever want to, I guess, do the stuff that you do on stream, but in front of a live audience? Have you ever considered like a live recommendation thing going
yeah,
on?
I think that'd be a little scary.
Mhm.
It's something I've never explored, and I think doing Twitch and SiriusXM has kind of helped me branch out of my shell and just being able to literally yap for hours by myself. I feel like maybe it could be something fun to do, and it wouldn't be as scary, but it could be cool. Never. I don't know how I would do that though. That's the one thing I've always thought, like, if I could expand further than my Twitch stream, I don't know how I'd go about it, but something live would be cool.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Milwaukee Based is a podcast about Milwaukee's internet culture and all of the things that are happening online. What are some of your favorite Wisconsin or Milwaukee viral moments?
That's a good one. It was something we were talking about earlier. We have what was his name? Mike?
Big Frank.
Big Frank. Big Frank.
414 Big Frank.
Yes, Big Frank. I've loved seeing that on TikTok. And then also just the Milwaukee Public Library TikTok and Instagram page, I feel like is just so quirky and fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
The Wes Anderson video they
Yeah.
did, just incredible.
Iconic.
I don't understand. Like, so well written, beautifully shot. We
I
should
was
put
like,
that
this is
on.
coming
Oh
from
yeah,
Milwaukee.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think those are the two that stick out in my mind right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Going back to like your influencer journey and everything, but like you said that you gained 50K followers overnight. That's an insane number.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Just like knowing there's stuff going on in my life and then there's also online stuff going on. How do you like manage both of these?
I don't think I managed it very well, to be honest, because it was during the pandemic as well. So I was like dealing with the pandemic, being home every single day, and then having 50,000 people follow me in like 2 to 3 days. I was just like, I felt like I had to upkeep so much. So I was posting like 2 to 3 times a day for a solid maybe 4 to 5 months. And over time, it was just getting so overwhelming, and I just couldn't do it anymore. So I just started to like slowly take things back and be like, oh, I don't have to do all of this. We don't need to see 3 Kelsey videos a day just because it becomes a lot after a while, especially just from like a follower standpoint, just like seeing so much content from someone. I don't know if you two have experienced that, but just if there's someone you follow and seeing them so much is just like,
Sure.
okay, maybe it's time I need to take a break and like not see their stuff as
Gets
much.
a little
So
oversaturated, I guess.
yeah. So I just think there's more value in having quality over quantity now. But back then it was definitely, the algorithm was different, so it's almost like you had to post 2 to 3 times a day. But things have definitely changed where I feel like you can post once a week and be fine, which is where I'm at right now, and I'm happy with it. But
It's also
was tough.
easier to like edit just one video and post it.
it really is.
Yeah.
Instead of 2 to 3 a day.
Yeah,
It's a
what's
little
your
tough.
editing process like?
Probably I'll randomly have a video idea come to mind and I'll just sit down and record it. And it does take me a long time. I don't know if you've seen behind the scenes of people trying to film stuff for TikTok, but just like messing up, having like a 10-minute video of you trying to talk and get your words out. I still do that. And it's been like 4 to 5 years of me doing it. So it takes time, but I sit down and record a video. I'll usually do stuff in Final Cut Pro.
Mhm.
just because the TikTok editor or the Instagram editor is just, it's so hard to use. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go on Final Cut Pro. Use that.
Awesome. And are
yeah.
we ever gonna see those bloopers?
Probably not. I think the most blooper-esque you can get is coming to my Twitch stream, because
Mhm.
that is just, it's live. So if I mess up, I mess up, and it's kind of scary, but yeah.
Yeah, what was it like in the beginning of like your live stream days? Was it like, were you messing things up and
Yeah.
were you like, oh, should not have said that?
Yeah. I think I was just a lot more nervous and shy when I first started streaming, because I used to do, there was this thing, gosh, it was probably 3 years ago now, called AMP. I don't know
Hmm.
if you've ever heard of AMP,
Mm.
but it was a radio streaming platform through Amazon. So I used to have a little radio show on AMP where it was kind of the same thing as Twitch, where I could just freely talk and it was live. But then going from just sitting behind my phone talking to a camera and it being live and everything was so scary.
Mm.
It took a really long time for me to kind of just get used to talking live and not being so shy. And I feel like it's really helped me come out of my shell and just let me be silly and goofy as much as I want. And
Aw.
it's been really freeing.
That's awesome.
Really freeing.
Awesome, we love that.
On your stream, you've also been like talking about movie. You've been like watching movies, right?
Yeah.
What are some of your favorites lately? And like how have your chatters like responded to that?
Yeah. I think my community has really been involved in the whole movie thing just because
Mhm.
it's something else everyone can kind of yap about besides music sometimes. Because it's nice to kind of branch out of music and
Yeah.
just like talk about something else everyone's passionate about. So we found movies, and having like a monthly movie stream has been really fun. Our last one was called Moonstruck.
Okay.
Have you seen Moonstruck?
I haven't. I haven't.
Fabulous little rom-com from the 80s with
Oh,
Nicolas
lovely.
Cage and Cher.
Oh, I love some old Nicolas
Yeah.
Cage. Early
Yeah.
Nick
And he was
Cage.
like the
And new, and new.
heartthrob in
Right?
in this movie. And I was like, this is
Mhm.
weird to see from Nick Cage, but God, 10 out of 10. It was such a great little movie. But we watched that, or Garden State we've
Okay,
watched,
sure.
or Lars and the Real Girl.
Hmm,
Just like
hmm.
some cozy little movies we can all watch on stream and yap about them, see everyone's opinions. Because sometimes we have people who don't like the movies we watch, and
Mhm.
then they kind of dissect it and being like, oh, this is what I didn't like. And then we kind of get to see both sides of it. And
Hmm.
it's kind of the same with music. Like, what did you like about it? What didn't you like? And then also sometimes we talk about the soundtracks as well. So it kind of
Nice.
all, it circles back. It all
Yeah.
comes back.
I feel like I feel like criticizing like certain parts of a piece of media or whatever. I feel like that doesn't have to be like antithetical to
Mhm.
enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
can be part of enjoying it, or like
Yeah.
talking about it with other people. Like talking about what you liked or didn't like.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because there's an artist who comes to mind where I really appreciate what they do, but I just can't like it. And it's Jordy Greep.
Okay.
heard
I'm
of
not
Jordy
familiar.
Creep?
Not familiar.
He's a singer of Black Midi.
Oh,
You've heard of
okay.
Black Midi.
Black MIDI. I've never gotten it. I've never understood.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
For me.
very technical, noise rocky, and then Jordy Greep's solo stuff is like that times 100.
Okay.
It's
Even more
so dense, and there's just like,
discordant.
yeah, there's so
whatever.
many instruments going on at once, and it's just like super, super fast paced. And
Hmm.
I love listening to it just because it shocks me so much, but it's not something that I like
Yeah.
or really enjoy. But so I think it's kind of nice to see both sides of things too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think with the live stream, it's also like a two-way conversation.
Yeah.
So it's not just you talking about your interests, but there's like discourse and all of that. And it's also encouraged to like talk about your own like
Yeah.
opinions and everything. So we love that. Where can people, I guess to like wrap it all up, where can people find your work? And do you have anything interesting coming up?
Mhm. Everyone can find me at the yellow button with 3 L's. On Instagram is 3 L's, but TikTok is 2 L's because someone else has the yellow button. I can't get it. So 3 L's. And on Twitch as well, the yellow button. YouTube, the yellow button. The yellow button everywhere, really. Anything interesting coming up? I have actually this Friday, I'm sure this will air after this, but this Friday I have my 2-year streaming anniversary on Twitch.
Oh.
So we're doing
Well,
like
congratulations.
thanks. We're doing like a mini subathon.
Okay.
It's going to be streaming for a while and doing lots of music things and hanging out on Friday, but that's a really cool fun thing coming up.
Great.
But yeah.
Great. Well, Kelsey, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks so much for having me.
on this
is fun.
episode of Milwaukee Based.
Thank you.